Hi guys, welcome back to Various Tutorials. In today's episode, we'll be looking at Tourism Unit 2, Module 2, which is entitled Marketing. And in today's episode, we're looking at Market Research. Stay tuned. Tourism Unit 2. We're looking at Module 2, which is entitled Marketing. And in today's episode, we'll be looking at Market Research. Now, let's take a look at the focus points. So we'll look at the concept of market research, what it means. And also, we'll be looking at the different types of marketing research, which are exploratory, descriptive, and causal. And finally, we'll be looking at the market research process. All right, now let's kick things off with the concept of market research. What does it mean? What is market research? All right, now market research is a process of assessing the viability of a new good or service through research conducted directly with the customer, which allows a company to discover the target market and record opinions and other input from customers regarding interest in that particular product. Additionally, the concept of market research refers to investigating the immediate competitive environment of the marketplace, including the customers, competitors, suppliers, and also distributors and retailers. Now, let us look at the objectives or purposes of a market research. Marketing research may be conducted for different purposes. The main objectives or purposes of marketing research are: 1. To estimate the potential market for a new product to be introduced in the market. 2. To know the reactions of the consumers to a product already existing in the market. 3. To find out the better method of distributing the products to consumers. 4. To assess the strength and weaknesses of the competitors. And 5. To assess the reaction of the consumers to the packaging of the firm and to make packaging as attractive as possible. Remember when we speak of the 4 P's of marketing? And one of those P's is product, right? And in considering the product, we also have to consider the packaging, which is very important. Now, let's take a look at the different types of marketing research. There is descriptive, there is exploratory, and causal, right? Now we're starting off with causal research. Now, causal research is used by marketers to find cause and effect relationship of variables. In this type of research, the marketer tries to understand the effects of manipulating independent variables on other dependent variables. Now, let's look at an example. A marketer may try to understand what may happen to his sales if he changes the way he advertises his product. Causal research uses field and laboratory experimentation techniques to achieve its goals. This research is used by marketers mainly to predict and test hypotheses. Good? All right, now let us look at the benefits of causal research. It can be used with other research methods. It identifies the reasons for an occurrence. It provides direction for the way forward, and also it provides a means of testing results from exploratory research. Exploratory research often makes use of qualitative techniques. It uses secondary research and expert opinions, such as research on the web, printed articles, right? The results of exploratory research are not always conclusive and should not be used exclusively to directly make marketing decision, right? So we would pair exploratory research probably with causal research, right? Now, let us look at the benefits of exploratory research. One, it is flexible and adaptable to change. Two, exploratory research is effective in laying the groundwork that will lead to future studies. And finally, this type of study can potentially save time and other resources by determining the types of research that are worth pursuing at the earlier stages. Let's take a look at descriptive research. Descriptive research is used to explain, monitor, and test hypotheses created by marketers to help them find accurate answers to questions that deal with their customers based on how and why they use the supplier's product or service. Now, this type of research is usually rigid, well structured, and well planned, and uses quantitative techniques like questionnaires, structured interviews, and data analysis. Descriptive research assists businesses in gaining greater insight on who uses their products or services and how. It can also go into details gathering information about competitors. Now, let's take a look at some benefits of descriptive research. It is effective to analyze non-quantified topics and issues. The possibility to observe the occurrence in a completely natural and unchanged natural environment. And also the opportunity to integrate the qualitative and quantitative methods of data collection. Now guys, let's take a look at these types of research as it relates to their objectives, right? And we're starting with exploratory research. Now, preliminary data needed to develop an idea further. For example, it outlines concepts, gather insight, and also formulate hypotheses. As it relates to descriptive research, it describes an element of an idea precisely. Example, who is the target market and how will it be developed? As it relates to causal research, it tests a cause and effect relationship, and it's done through experiments. Let's take a look at the steps in the marketing research process. Good. Now, the first one we have is defining the problem and research objectives. 2, developing the research plan. 3, implementing the research plan. And 4, interpreting and reporting the findings. Now, let us look what each step entails. And the first step, we're starting with the first step, which is defining the problem. Now, determining what information is needed and how it can be obtained is the most feasible way. Description of the problem will lead to the determination of the type of research to be conducted, must lead to an understanding of the environment, such as the legal, economic, market, and technology context of the problem. Step 2 is defining the research objectives. What does this mean? Determining what needs to be achieved by the research, shaping the questions to be asked, providing guidance and direction, and also formulating well-defined objectives that are directly related to the value and usefulness of the results of the research. Step 3 is developing the research plan. What does this entail? So, determining the information needed and developing a data collection plan. Determining the specific information needs, also developing a data collection plan answers the questions how, where, when, How will data be collected? From where? Will the data be collected? And how will the data be collected? Good. Now, step 4, implementing the research plan, collecting data. What does this mean? This is the most expensive stage of the plan and is subject to the most errors, right? So first we have to process the data. What does this entail? So this must be done in a timely manner in order to avoid dated results which will not accurately reflect the conditions of the current market. And also analyzing the data. The researcher must ensure that the right measurement tool is chosen for this particular stage. Now we're at the questions. Number 1, explain 3 types of market research. 9 marks. Number 2, outline the steps in the market research process. 4 marks. You're awesome. You've made it to the end of the video. Please remember to like, subscribe, and also share with persons who you know will find this information useful. Thank you for making it Fairies Tutorials.